Hi everyone, my name is Amanda Elcox and I'm here representing the Merrimack Institute for New Teacher Support at Merrimack College. And today I'm joined by my colleague, Dr. Kathryn Welby, and she's here to highlight some successful strategies for special education for remote teaching. Dr. Welby is the Director of Teacher Preparation and a Professor for Special Education classes at the undergraduate and graduate level at Merrimack College. We're so excited to have you here to share what you have.
Thanks, Amanda. I'm excited to share. And funny, in all honesty, when you asked me to do a quick 10-minute presentation, I was like, no problem. That's easy, not a big deal. And then I started to do it and I realized I have never done this before.
Yeah.
And I started researching and I got I was researching federal and state guidelines. There was tons of expectations for these teachers. It is expected you follow their IEP, it's expected you follow IDEA, but there was no guidelines on how to do it. So I was searching on how to do this and I couldn't figure it out. So I figured, you know what? I have a lot of friends in the field and a lot of colleagues that I've worked with over the years that are doing this right now. So I reached out to a handful of people with a quick Google Doc and said, what's working for you?
Love that.
Within 6 hours, those 6 people reached out to their colleagues to find out what's working for them. And it was all documented inside this Google Doc. So within 6 hours, I had almost over 50 educators from 24 school districts in 3 states respond to me with strategies that are working for students on IEPs.
In 6 hours.
And I was amazed because they're there trying to help each other. This is working for me. This is working for me. So I figure right now I'll just be the sounding board and I will let each other know what's working in different districts.
Oh, that's going to be
so. I think it's a great opportunity to do that because who needs to hear those guidelines anymore? We all know them.
Right.
You know, we all know we get
what they all have to say. Oh, that's awesome.
Yes.
Well, that's super exciting. Well, I'll let you share your screen. And Dr. Welby's prepared a presentation. And any links that she mentions will also be hyperlinked down in the description below or wherever this video may get posted just for your convenience and for your use. So take it away.
Thank you. Not the best with the technology, but I'm going to try my best here.
We are all learning.
Right?
Okay, you're in.
I'm in. Okay, let me do the slideshow. All right.
Perfect.
All right, so this is a quick, probably 5-10 minute slideshow on feedback from educators, successful strategies in special education and remote learning. What is working for them? So first and foremost, like I said, I am amazed at the contributions and the support and the dedication of all the teachers out there. It was incredible. These are the teachers that contributed. We had many teachers from many districts, 24 school districts within 3 states. So thank you so much. And these are the contributing districts. It's diverse, which is great. We have Connecticut, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, and all different school systems in between have shared some success stories that I'm going to share with you. So the quick agenda is I'm going to share some success stories. I know you're probably inundated with resources. I just have 2 resources that I find super helpful for special education and references. I'm going to get started with successful strategies. Pretty much unanimously, teachers were saying you need to educate the parents on the IEP accommodations and provide suggestions on how to replicate those accommodations at home. Explain PLEP A. Show through Zoom, show parents the PLEP A and all the accommodations associated with PLEP A and offer them suggestions. How can you provide all these accommodations at home? Schedule weekly Zoom check-ins with parents, special educators, and general education teachers. Keep everybody on the same page. An occupational therapist or physical therapist in Nashua uses a program called Wheel Decide, and she mixes in that program, you create a wheel, and the wheel has activities on each of the parts of the wheel. Some are preferred, some are non-preferred. The student spins them and they go through the different activities. So the wheel is deciding what activities the child is doing and not the teacher. It can be used for academic, occupational therapy, physical therapy. It's a great app, and here's a link, and Amanda will put the link on for you as well. Okay. Also, sensory support. Give parents an education on how to use flexible seating. Give some suggestions for fidget tools. Teach parents how to create a sensory path with chalk on their driveway for some breaks during the school day. These are all suggestions that teachers have been giving their parents, and it's been working well. Parents are engaged, they love creating these sensory support paths, and they're getting creative with how to create them. Some other successful strategies was develop your activities using students' individual areas of interest. An IEP is just that, an individual education program. You're in a child's home. Use their cat, use their pets, use their toys. Create activities using things in their home that they like to do. Utilizing program assistance for extra one-on-one support through Zoom has been working out well for many teachers in many districts. In addition to that, some teachers' suggestion would have worked well through trial and error is when the general ed teacher has their morning meetings or has their lessons, the special education teachers are at those lessons along with the program assistants. So when they break off and do the one-on-ones, the special education teacher and the program assistants know exactly what's going on in the general education classroom. It keeps everybody in sync with that curriculum. Posting pre-recorded lesson videos has been very helpful. This was mentioned in Lawrence, Haverhill, North Reading. But in addition to having the Zoom meetings or the Google Hangout meetings, teachers are posting pre-recorded videos, and teachers are saying it's been more helpful for the parents than it is for the students because the parents are helping those children do this at home. Green screens were mentioned quite frequently throughout the survey. Educators were saying how if you change the backgrounds, it increases engagement. Teach the students how to change the background, have some fun with that. Wyndham Academy, Connecticut, Andover, North Andover, they're all using Seesaw, and a lot of districts are using Orton, Gillingham, and Wilson on Seesaw for their reading programs. Other districts are just using Seesaw as a communication tool and a place to document some of their assignments. Special education teachers have been working with parents to create visual schedules with built-in movement breaks. And once the schedule is created, the student is taking ownership and going through the schedules on their own. It does require a little initial help with the parents, but once the student understands the visual schedule, they've been doing it independently. There's a lot of positive talk in the areas of occupational therapy, physical therapy, and speech services. There's increased parent engagement, and it's explained that during the school day, the occupational therapists, physical therapists, they see the students without their parents involved. Now that the parents are home, they can watch and be part of the OT, PT, and speech services, and they can reinforce those activities at home. Also, I had a physical therapist say that she uses her Zoom times to have the parents go outside and play, soccer, and then she'll tell them what to do, and they kind of have fun with it. So lots more parent engagement there. Frequently, people mentioned having a consistent, reoccurring daily schedule, because if anything changes in the day, you're throwing the child off. So by keeping your schedule consistent, the child can independently follow it day by day. By changing times of classes, by changing times of Zooms, students are getting confused and there's less engagement. But by having a consistent, reoccurring daily schedule has been working well. A few teachers were explaining how their students don't have email addresses, so it was hard to keep in contact with their students, especially if they had to talk to them about questions without having to go through the parents. A lot of teachers were saying how they had their students download the Hangouts app, and it's more like a texting app that they've been using, or other ways, maybe give them the phone numbers. There's just different ways to contact, have a different way to contact the teachers if students need them. Also was mentioned quite a few times not to be rigid with how you want your students to complete the assignment. It's more about completing the assignment rather than the modale that you use to create the assignments. You know, Chromebooks, worksheets, one-on-one meetings, as long as they're completing the assignment, it should be a success. Create laughable moments and be silly. That came up frequently. Have fun. Nobody chose this, so have fun, be silly, make memories, increase engagement, let your students know that you care about them. One teacher, which I thought was really fun, she has her students that have reading goals on their IEP, and she sets up book clubs based on students' ability. She has them bring food and drinks and things to a book club. And it's really been increasing engagement, but she's also following the IEP goals. But students are looking at it as something fun to look forward to doing every day. A teacher in Methuen said that the Google Classroom has been working out wonderful for her because it makes differentiation easy. So she is assigning different students different assignments, and they have no idea what each student is getting. So she's able to tailor the activities and her curriculum based on the individual needs of the student by using Google Classroom. A teacher in Salem, New Hampshire uses Whiteboard in the Zoom. And she said it's helpful because you can record anything you write on Whiteboard and they can refer back to it when they're doing their independent work. A few teachers talk about dropping things off at their students' houses using things like Ding Dong Ditch. They leave letters or they drive around, have parade, they drop off books. That has been increasing engagement and fun. By default, there's been this is a successful story. There's been, in the IEP team, it's been a collaborative team approach by default because everyone has to talk to each other to find out how the student's doing. Parents are engaged. There seems to be more parent engagement. For those that are engaged, there's more engagement there. I'm a special education K2 teacher in Salem, New Hampshire, starts her Zoom activities with something exciting, something to get them excited to show up. So in the morning, she sends a quick email that says, you know, today's mask day, everybody wear your mask. We're gonna guess who's on Zoom. Change your username and hide under your seat. We're gonna figure out who you are. Plays different backgrounds, has show and tells. So she starts by getting them all on and engaged with something fun, and then she gets down to the curriculum. Some teachers are saying their students are thriving because they're in the preferred and familiar setting. There is no transition on the bus every morning causing headache for the families. There's no transition off the bus after school. As we know, some of our kiddos have a hard time with transition, and with less transition, they're doing really well in school. And all in all, many teachers said, have fun, be silly, show your students that you love them, make the most out of the situation. No one signed up for it, so let's have fun with it. Another teacher a kindergarten teacher from Methuen said, it's the little things that puts a smile on my face. That was it for the strategies. And again, there was many more strategies, and if I had more than 10 minutes, I'd write them all down, but we're just trying to do a quick overview today. These two websites are great resources, and I know that you are all receiving millions of emails with resources. Everyone's trying to help everybody out, which is wonderful. But Massachusetts Department of Education, if I were to click on this, and show you what I'm talking about here.
Yep, it popped up.
Excellent. All right, so this is a resource for special education. It's the Massachusetts Department of Education COVID-19 Special Education Resources. And I love this website because you can see the Zoom meeting presentation for special education directors. All the changes in Massachusetts are spelled out right here. So you can keep up with the changes. They also talk about the federal changes and the federal guidelines. But my favorite site on here is if you go down to resources, it's additional resources for supporting students with disabilities for all educators and providers. If you click on this, and I hope it comes up. Did it come up, Amanda?
Yeah, I think it's just lagging, but I definitely see some, like a little box showed up in the formula bar, so I'm assuming it'll pop up in a few seconds.
Okay, let me just.
If not, I can hyperlink anything. Oh, it's there.
Okay, so I love this resource because it breaks down all the million resources I'm sure that you're getting in your inbox by topic: assistive technology, autism. It goes through the 13 federal disability categories, the 10 Massachusetts disability categories, and it tells you exactly what the resource is, the link to the resource, and if it costs any money. Is it free? Is it temporarily free? This is just a great resource, and it's long. So you can go through these. You have a student that's emotionally needs emotional support. Let me see what type of resources they have. And then this part, it just explains the document, which I think it is an excellent document to have available. And the other website is just GBH in collaboration, Massachusetts Department of Education. It just breaks down different ideas by grade level. And it also keeps updated with the Massachusetts Department of Education and the federal guidelines. So these are the two resources for special education that I highly recommend. My references are you guys, the 47 dedicated educators representing the 24 school districts and 3 states. You are amazing. Thank you for your help. Thank you for putting this together. I think your colleagues are really going to benefit from hearing from you. And just thank you. You keep going, and we'll get through this, and everything you're doing is amazing. And for all the negative I've heard about special education, not one of you posted anything negative in there. It was all, we're going to make this work. We're making it work. And you guys are spearheading this initiative. So thank you. I don't know what we would do right now without all your dedication.
That's so awesome. I loved all those ideas, and I love how it's so organized, and it's really truly from the educators that are living and going through this right now. So I think it's really important and valuable. Thank you. Well, that's all we have for today with Dr. Welby. We can also put down her email if you have any questions. I'll put down our email at MINTS, and keep an eye out for more videos like this. We have a really awesome faculty for education and human development at Merrimack College, and we're all so excited to even just share 10-15 minutes of our specialties with you guys to let you know that we're thinking of you and that we're here for you. And if you have any suggestions or ideas of what you would like to see next, please let us know at the MINTS email. But that's all I have to say for today. Is there any final words, Dr. Welby?
No, just thank you. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great day and good luck with everything. Bye.